And it required a space for real. Then it's good. Where, what, where, how, and when? Rishida question. Rishida's cat reading the newspaper. Suddenly her eyes fell on small headline. 100 years ago. How, she wondered, could anyone know what had happened so many years ago? Find out what happened yesterday. You could listen to the radio. Watch television, read a newspaper. Last year, ask somebody. Remember? But what about long, long ago? Let us see how it can be done. How can we know about the past? There are several things we can find out. What people had, the kind of clothes they wore, the houses in which they lived. We can find out about the lives of hunters, herders, farmers, rulers, merchants, priest, craftspersons, artists, musicians, scientists. We can also find out about the games children played, the stories they heard, the plays they saw, the song they sang. Where do people live? Find out the river Narbala on page 1 map. Found out river Narbala on map on page 2. Yeah, river Narbala. People have lived along the banks of this river for several hundred thousand years. Some of earliest people who live here were still gathered. That is how people who gather their food. They know about their vast wealth of plant in the surrounding forest and collected roots and other forest produce for their food. They also hunted animals. Narmada River. The name about was felt the surrounding tribes and collected roots and other forest produce for their food. They also hunted animals. Now Panda, Suleiman, and Kithar hills to the northeast. Suleiman, Kithar hills to the northwest. Some of areas where women and men first began to grow crops such as wheat and barley about 800 years ago. People also began rearing animals to look after and educate daily. Like sheep, goats, and cattle, and live in villages. Look at the Garo Hills to the northeast and Binjar in central. Binjar, Binjar, yeah. These were some of the other areas where agriculture developed. The place where rice was first grown are to the north of the Binjar. Trace the river Indus and tributaries. Okay, मतलब tourists are familiar with the okay. About 4,700 years ago, some of the early cities flourished on the bank of the river. Uh, Para. Oh, on the bank of this river. Versus Parana, okay. Later, about 2,500 years our city developed in ancient times. Look at the Ganga. Later, about 2,500 years ago, cities. Later, about 2,500 years ago, cities developed on the bank of Ganga and activities and along the seacoast. This is a map of South Asia, including countries of Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, and Sri Lanka, and the neighboring countries like Afghanistan, Iran, China, Myanmar, Southeast Asian, South Korean, also it is Malaysia, Korean, sorry, that is Asian. Look at the Ganga, look Ganga and Tibet is called the sun. Ganga and Tibet is called the sun river. In ancient times, the area along this river into the south of the Ganga were known as Magadha. Now lying in the state of Bihar, the rulers were very powerful and set up a large kingdom. Kingdoms were set up in other parts of the country as well. Throughout, people traveled from one part of the subcontinent to other. The hills and the high mountains, including the Himalayas, desert, rivers, and the seas, made journey dangerous at that time, but never impossible. So men and women moved in search of livelihood, as also to escape from natural disasters like flood or drought. Drought. Long period run. Oh, flood or drought. Okay. Sometimes men marched in army conquering other lands. Besides merchant travel with caravans. Oh, caravans भी होता है. Caravans. Okay. Table caravan. Keep carrying. Keep carrying valuable goods from place to place, and religious teacher walk from village to village, town to town, stopping to offer instruction, advice on the way. Finally, some people perhaps travel driven by spirit of adventure, wanting to discover new and exciting places. All this led to ceremony education people. How do people travel nowadays? Look at map and one hills, mountain, and sea from form the natural foundation. Non-tiles also subcontinent. Okay, subcontinent. Well, it was difficult to cross these frontiers. Those wanted could and did scale the mountain and cross the sea. People from across the frontier also come into the subcontinent settle there. This movement of people enrich and our cultural tradition. People have shared music, carving stones, composing music, and even cooking food over several hundred of years. Name of the land. Two of words we often use for our country are India and Bharat. The word India comes from Indus, called Sindhu in Sanskrit. So find Iran and Greece in your atlas. Iranian Greece, who come across the northwest around 2,500 years ago and were familiar with the Indus, called it Hindus. The Hindus in the land to the east of river were called India. The name Bharata was used for the group of people who live in the northwest and who were mentioned in the Rigveda, the earliest composition in Sanskrit. Dated to about 3,500 years ago. Later it was used for the country. Pointed out about the past. There are several ways of finding out about the past. When you search for and read books that were written long ago, these were called manuscripts because they were written by hand. This comes from Latin word meaning hand. These were usually written on the palm leaf or the prepared bark of the tree known as a bell, which grew up near Himalayas. Over the years, many manuscripts were eaten away by insects and destroyed, but many the previous palm leaf manuscripts were done about 1,000 years ago. The palm leaves were cut into pages and tied together in a book to see its mark. We still find it with some but many have survived, often preserved in temples and monasteries. His books deal with all kinds of such as religious beliefs and practices, the League of Kings, medicine and science. Besides, there were epics, poems, plays, men of deeds were written in Sanskrit, other words in practice language used by ordinary people. And Tamil, we can study encryption, which have written on relatively hard surfaces such as stone or metal. Sometimes in God there are orders inscribed so that people could see and read and obey them. There are other kind of inscriptions as well where men and women, including kings and queens, recorded what they did. For example, king often kept recorded victories in battle. All inscription, the inscription date about 2000 to and found in the Kandhagar area. We were inscribed in the orders are ruler name of Sota who you deal about him, Sota, Lord, he write anything. We use a script which consists of letters. The sign where we read what is written as we use a language text. This inscription was inscribed in two different script languages, Greek, Serb, and Aramaic. Below this was used in this area. Can you think of the advantage of writing on a hard surface and that was could have been difficulty. There were many things that were made weak in the past. Those who study these objects are called archaeologists. They study the remains of buildings made of stone, brick, painting, sculpture, sculpt- sculpture. They also explore and excavate to find tools, weapons, pots, pans, ornaments. And coins. Some of these objects may be made of stones, others of bone, baked clay, metal. Objects that are made of hard, impressible substance usually survive for a long time. Archaeologists also look for bones of animals, birds, and fish to find out what people ate in the past. Plant animal remains survive far more rarely, but if serious gram or piece of wood have been burned, they survive in charred form. Do you think cloth is found frequently by archaeologists? Historians, that is, scholars who study the past, often use the word source to refer to the information found from manuscripts, inscription, and archaeology. Once sources are found, learning about the past becomes an adventure as we reconstruct it bit by bit. So historians and archaeologists are like detectives who use all these sources like clues to find out about our past. One past or many. Do you notice the title of the book, Our Past? We have used the word past in plural to draw attention to the fact that the past were different for different groups of people. For example, the lives of herders or farmers were different from those of kings and queens. Herders were oh, oh. The lives of merchants were different from those of craftspersons and so on. Also, as it too even today, people follow different practices, customs in different parts also, as into even today, people follow different practices and customs in different parts of the country. For example, today most people living in Andaman Island guard their own food by fishing, hunting, and collecting forest produce. By contrast, most people living in cities depend on others for supplying food. Differences such as these exist in past as well. Besides, there is another kind of difference. We know a better deal about kings and battles. They fought because and the battle they fought because they kept record of their victories. Generally, ordinary people such as hunters, fishing, folk, gatherers, farmers, traders do not keep record of what they did. 100 do not keep record of what they did. Where archaeology helps us to find out our their lives, there is much that remains unknown. What do dates mean? What do dates mean? What do dates mean? If somebody asks you the date, you will probably mention the day, month, and year, 2000 and something. This year are counted from the date is generally assigned to the birth of Jesus Christ, the founder of Christianity. So 2000 means 2000 years after the birth of Christ. All dates before the birth of Christ are counted backward and usually have the letter BC before Christ added on. In this book, we will refer to dates going back to the present, usually to have as our starting point. Later about this. Letters with dates. BC we have seen stands for before Christ. You will sometimes found AD before date. BC stands for two Latin words Anno Domino, meaning in the year of Lord, that is Christ. So 230 12 is Latin as AD 2012. Sometimes he used instead of AD and BC used instead of BC. The letter CE stands for Common Era, BC before Common Era. And we use this term because the Christian era is now used in most countries of the world. In India, we began using this form of greeting about 200 years ago. And sometimes the letter BP means before present, or you find two dates mentioned on page 3, which that a letter would you use for them. We have seen that inscriptions are inscribed on hard surfaces. Many of these were inscribed several hundred of years ago. All inscriptions contain both scripts and languages which were used as well as scripts have changed over time. So how to scholars understand that was inscribed. This was done through process non-experiments. One of the famous stories is this. Oh, one of the famous stories of Decipherment comes from Egypt, a country in North Africa where there were kings and queens about 4,000 years ago. Rosetta is the town of north coast of Egypt. Place. And here are inscribed stone were found which contains inscription in three different languages and scripts, Greek and two from Egyptian. Scholars who could read Greek figured out that Rosetta is a town on the north coast of Egypt. Letto rap है ना long term. तो 20 किलो तो Rosetta is a town on north coast of Egypt, and here one of the famous stories is Decipherment come from Egypt, a country in North Africa where there were kings and queens about 5,000 years ago. Rosetta is a town on the north coast of Egypt, and Rosetta, Egypt. North coast of Egypt, and here inscribed stone were found which contain inscription in three different languages, Sanskrit, Greek, and two former Egyptian. Scholars who could read figured out that the name of king and queen were enclosed in a little frame called a carcotose. Carcotose. Then they play the Greek and Egyptian dance side by side and identify the sound of this traditional letters to SEC land spiritual and a word is conserved. One day and God let us put the president out of the channel. Imagine we have interpreted actually the prepared and this is our question we will ask learn how to never will. So next is instruction actually. फिर से रीडिंग करूँगा फिर से रीडिंग करूँगा थोड़ी शेयर हैवी नहीं चलो बाय